right, we are officially back. Burg Boys Podcast. Welcome back to episode 23. My name is Mike Lennon. I'm with Jeremy Greenwood, Chris Roshold, and my brother Matt Lennon. Let's start with Matt this week. Matt, how was the week and weekend for you?
The weekend was good. Didn't really do much Friday night, but
A lot of wedding stuff, right?
Yeah, trying to at least. But Saturday was super nice weather here. Actually, Friday was too. So it was actually the first time we took the boat out. Sarah's aunt and uncles let us usually rip the pontoon out for a little bit. So spent most of the day out there. And then that night, my friend Dan Koloff and his wife Cassie.
Shout out DK.
Yep. Had a little fire, so we went over there. At that point, I was feeling pretty good. So Sunday was a little longer than usual, but yeah, then we cooked a nice Easter dinner here. Had some steak, asparagus, some hazy potatoes, if Mike remembers those.
Man, those are so good.
So what are those?
It's like
they're cheesy potatoes, right?
It's potatoes, bacon, green peppers, cheese, kind of all mixed in, and then you grill it for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. Pretty low key Sunday. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, those potatoes are next level good.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Highly recommend. Jeremy, how was the week? How was Easter weekend for you?
Yeah, not too bad. Had some family time. My sister Joan's pregnant right now, so we're expecting that any day here. So my other sister brought the little ones to my house for like an Easter egg hunt.
Nice.
Did that, my brother Jason smoked up a ham. Just some good family time. Other than that, I've been under the weather a little bit. Had a sore throat past 3-4 days. Yeah, it's going pretty well. Rosh, how you doing there, buddy?
Good. Before I get into my weekend, I just want to throw a quick question out here to you guys. Easter egg hunts, okay? Did you get things in the eggs, or was it just like how many eggs you could find?
So I'll say for Matt and I, the Easter Bunny would just leave out he would fill up our Easter baskets, but the Easter Bunny would hide the eggs in the house. And Matt can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I
don't remember.
No. I think I want to say one time we did not find one egg, and it got a little stinky in the house.
Oh, I think that's right.
There was one egg that the Easter Bunny hid real good, and we couldn't find that one.
So you use real eggs?
Real eggs, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did the plastic ones.
Like the eggs we would color the eggs and we'd find those, and then we'd find the Easter Bunny would hide those eggs. So
gotcha. Yeah, we did a plastic Easter egg hunt for Cash outside, and put little chocolates and things in them. So he thought he was disappointed that there wasn't little superheroes in all the eggs, but Dad and Mom are on a little bit of a budget, so he had to settle for chocolates. But no, it was a good weekend. My sister, brother-in-law and their family, and then my mom came from Wisconsin the previous, was that last Monday? They came and they left Friday morning, so I got to spend a lot of time with them and got to do some fun things. Cash got to play with his cousin, so that was pretty cool. And then Saturday, I can't even remember what I did on Saturday, to be honest with you. But the weather was pretty good here all weekend, so
nice.
Got to be outside a bunch. And then yesterday just went to church in the morning, and then just hung out. Played a little flag football yesterday, and decided that not only, I think it's because I'm a PE teacher or what, but I don't know about you guys, maybe Jay Green, since you mess around with a little adult hockey these days. I only got one speed, man. Like I can't just have fun during a flag football game. Like I'm pick sixing, I'm doing the prime time dance into the end zone. Like I don't know. I just gotta win. I just gotta win.
Your balls to the walls the whole time against kids.
Well, no, it was Alexis, her brother. It was all, the youngest person was like 16.
Okay.
But it was like adults, and
so you're just going ham.
it was 8-2. We won. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Did you limber up the right leg? Did you see what you got left in the tank for the old punting?
Here's the kicker: is we use one of them little tiny footballs, like one of those youth footballs, and I'm just not a fan of those things. You can throw them a mile, but punting and kicking isn't quite the same. But yeah, I let a few go, and surprisingly, I woke up this morning and everything was still attached. There's no pulled muscles, no soreness, and so that was a good thing. So
yeah,
nice. Yeah, no, my weekend was a little crazy. So we had Easter at Annette's sister's house, Annabelle. It was crazy because I had to work here on campus at Northland College as well. So we actually left Thursday morning. Then I drove back to Ashland Friday. Had to work 2 baseball games and then 2 volleyball games here on campus. And then I actually left Saturday to go back down to Elko, Minnesota. And then we had Easter there yesterday, had a nice Easter meal, did a little Easter egg hunt with all the nephews and nieces and our kids. And then we drove back last night. So the old minivan that we're rocking right now got quite a few miles on it. So,
So did your volleyball team didn't play in the fall? Then I'm guessing they're playing.
Yeah. So I'm also the sports information director here. So I run our website, do all the stats for games. So the spring is usually always really hectic just because there's way more games than usual. So baseball plays 44 games, I think, Matt, if you remember, 40 something.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Softball plays the same amount, and then it's usually lacrosse here on campus, which are usually the traditional spring sports. Well, volleyball, men's and women's soccer, they didn't have a fall season, but they moved their season to the spring. So now you add those sports in, and so volleyball is actually they wrapped up the regular season. They have playoffs that start this week, and then soccer's kind of just starting, and then baseball and softball are in the full swing. Same with lacrosse. So pretty pretty busy. But yeah, let's roll into our first topic that we have this week: March Madness. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't watched much. I don't know. And I think I was talking to you guys about this before too. I don't know if it was before, just the crazy start times. If I remember, the Elite or the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 start times were way too late. So I don't know if that's kind of the reason why, but we have a final, Baylor versus Gonzaga.
Yeah.
We also have some different scenarios for our Burg boys little ESPN tournament challenge that we did as well. Jeremy, do you have what the scenarios are?
Yeah, basically. So I don't know who this guy is. Who's Gold Member, Matt? Do you know who Gold Member is?
No, I don't. Someone else asked me that too, and I'm not actually
left guard. That might be one of my brother's friends. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did Nick Noy play left guard in high school?
Lucas Gudenschweier texted me today and said that he might be taking second, so maybe he's Gold Member. I'm not sure.
He's got Gonzaga, but Gold Member's got Baylor.
Gotcha.
So if Baylor wins, this Gold Member guy wins. But yeah, I mean, if Gonzaga wins, Dino, your guy's his uncle.
He's hot. When you're hot, you got to keep going.
I don't know why. It'd be nice to talk to him, but he's probably got a full game of bowling, some shoes, some pizza, and an escape room from Knucklehead.
He's legit won everything. He's legit won everything we've done so far.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at. But more importantly, we've just appreciated you guys' support through that. So what we did was just a pretty basic $5 entry fee for everybody. And $250 of it for each one went towards us, towards this nice little setup we got going now. And everybody else, or the top 3, are going to split the rest. So I don't know what it came to, Matt, like $100.
100 to first, 50 to second, 25 to third.
Sure. Yep. So pretty cool to see the support for that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And kind of along those lines a little bit, last week our sweet apparel line dropped. Kudos to Chris for kind of setting that all up. Chris, I don't know if you wanted to touch on that at all.
Yeah. We we tried to go local with it, but our logo and our having to do an online store and things like that, it wasn't able to work out. So we kind of kept it local. We went through Travis Van Zyl, who's a Burg boy, multi-sport athlete, went to Whitewater for baseball, got drafted. He's a stud. He actually works for Badger Sports in Madison, and so we went through them. And me and him have been working through it. And this first order form is a little basic. We're hoping in the future, depending on the success of this one, in the future, adding some hats. Obviously, maybe potentially doing, a summer apparel order a little bit later with some tank tops, things like that. And then, a winter one. And it all depends really on how much we sell. And if we sell quite a bit, we'll keep doing it. If we don't, it might
we'll be getting hats 100%.
Yep.
We'll be rocking that thing all day.
Our goal for sure is to get hats on the next one. This one, it was just going to take too long, unfortunately, with COVID and where the hats are made and where they come from, and there's just a lot of variables, and I don't want to keep pushing off the apparel order, so we pushed it through, but we'll get them on the next one for sure. But I think it closes in
April 15th, right?
Yep, 10 days. In 10 days, so get those in. If you want to order any of the stuff, get it in the next 10 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I got a couple things. I got this. I think it was a sweatshirt and one of the shirts. So
yeah, that's what I got too.
Excited to rock that. But yeah, moving along here as well. We're gonna jump right into Brewers. Brewers started their season Wednesday. I don't know why the MLB does this. Like, you start the season on Wednesday, then it's an off day, right? Like, I'm glued. I want to watch the Brewers on Thursday again.
Right.
No,
Thursday.
Thursday
they started. Then they off day Friday. Then they played Saturday, Sunday. Like, I hate how the MLB does that. Like, just start the season and let's have game. You know what I mean? But Brewers, anyways, I think they're 1-2. I didn't watch Saturday and Sunday at all. But it kind of a pretty come from behind win there on was it Thursday or Friday? Thursday night, yeah.
Thursday was a crazy game. Yep.
Yeah, Saturday was a pretty good game too. Actually, like just a pitching duel, but I think they were going neck and neck. Corbin Burns went. I don't know. He had like 12 strikeouts. Jose Barrios for the Twins had like 12 strikeouts. So it was a good pitching duel. But yeah, 1-2, and we play the Cubs tomorrow, right?
Right now.
Okay.
Yep.
And Jay Green, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you had a pretty strong statement in our group text yesterday about our star player. Did you want to expand on that on the podcast here, or?
I mean,
it was bold, very bold statement. So
yeah, there might have been an expletive in there or something, but like, I don't know, like where did it go? Where did it go?
Well, tell everybody who we're talking about.
Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
The first year, MVP, and then just as garbage last year, and he's starting out garbage again. Like what? How long do you remain? How long do you remain hopeful instead of it's like, what are you doing, man? Maybe send a message and put him batting eighth or something. I don't know. Like, figure it out.
I mean,
but no, I was in a place where I was watching the game, and I'm watching. Like, he had three or four strikeouts, and it's just like, okay, I'm mad. I'm telling you guys about it now. I'm gonna let you guys know. Like, this is getting pathetic. But like,
the nice thing too, though, if that comes to a case, is that now we have 4 like legit outfielders.
Yeah.
That if he does need to sit down a day or two, we actually got it covered.
Yeah. Did you guys see? This is kind of off topic. Yeah. Did you guys see today? It was. I forget what the stadium's called. The Rangers Stadium. What's their stadium called?
40,000.
Yeah. Didn't that just look weird to you guys?
It did.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah.
But yeah, it was the first ever like full. What they say, like full stadium since kind of COVID started. So
yeah.
Do you guys have any Brewer games set? Are you guys going to any this year?
I'm planning on it. it all depends. Usually in June, I actually come back to Wisconsin for quite a bit. But at the same time in June, I think it's the middle of June, maybe, the Brewers actually come out to Denver here. So
nice.
If I'm in the area, I looked at tickets already, and the Coors Field is, I think, at 50% capacity. So that's about 20,000 they're letting in. And I thought tickets would be outrageous because they're trying to offset the fact that they only have half their fans in. But if I ordered on StubHub right now, I think they were like $18 for a ticket.
Wow.
For those games.
Do you think that's because they don't think they're going to get that many fans? I mean, I'm sure. Don't you think they're going to get that many for sure?
One, and the games I was looking at were during the week too, so I know that factors in. And one of the benefits and one of the much needed benefits of being a teacher is having those couple months off to recharge those batteries. And so for me, if the game's at 1:00 on a Wednesday, that's no problem in June where, a lot of people work. So I think that's part of the reason that they're cheaper opposed to the weekend as well. But yeah, I don't know, because the crazy thing is they're really only opening the bottom bowl. So those are $18 tickets to be like 20 rows behind the dugouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting good seats, and so if I'm in Colorado in June, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. But if I'm back home like I normally am in June, I would like to visit. I was going to say Miller Park, but I caught myself.
Oh,
just call it Miller Park.
That.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
it's Miller Park.
I would like to go to Miller Park, but not only to see a game, but to be honest with you, I just want to tailgate. I just want to get in that parking lot, grill up some brats, and just live up that atmosphere a little bit. Just the excitement everybody has, and I think that'd be a fun step in moving past this COVID-19 business.
Yeah.
So.
How good?
Man.
No, go ahead, Matt.
So they obviously right now are like prohibiting tailgating. So like, what do you do? Just sit in your car? Do you go to a bar before the game? Like, what do you even do?
Well, I'm hoping by June that's loosened up a little bit. I'm hoping now.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I mean, maybe open the sunroof and put a little grill on the roof.
Have a couple of drinks in your car. I don't know.
Buy an old van.
But...
Yeah, you could buy one of those old vans, take out the back seat, and have a little party in the back. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I'm just excited. Hopefully, I want to catch at least one Brewer game this year. So,
yeah.
But yeah, kind of moving along here. We have the Masters tournament. I would say I'm definitely probably the most jacked up golf guy out of this four. But do you guys plan on watching? Do you guys plan on doing a little gambling on it at all, or what's the word for you?
Well, Matt's got his Tiger Woods hat on right now.
What? Oh no, man!
It might be Brooks Koepka too.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Gambling's illegal in the state of Wisconsin, so no big bets coming from this basement down here. But I'm going to be rooting probably Koepka. I like Koepka, but obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was hurt there for like the past month, I believe, and now he's coming back, or his first time back. But I think it's cool that Spieth won next weekend, and I think it's good when he's in the mix at the top. But I'm going to be rooting for probably Koepka, and obviously, I know Jay Green probably doesn't like this, but I'm always rooting for my boy Ricky Fowler.
What a pretty boy. That's all he is, pretty boy.
Yeah,
I know. I could personally give a rat's ass, but I will say this. I will be asking you guys who to pick for the DraftKings thing. I do that. I'll do that. So
for sure.
Yeah, I'll be tuning in. I'm gonna piggyback off of what Matt said with Spieth. It was cool. I saw something and I didn't think it's been this long. And Mike, you would know for sure, but I thought ESPN said that's his first win in 4 years.
I would say like 3 or 4 for sure.
Which is wild.
That's one more than Fowler.
Fair point.
So that was definitely good because when Tiger took a little absence from the game, golf was really struggling for that star power, and I thought we had it in Spieth and Rory, but they've been so inconsistent, and so it's good to see him back in the mix. And I'm a Koepka guy, so I'll be rooting for him. But coming off an injury and not golfing very much, hopefully he's not too too rusty. But I'll definitely be tuning in. I might throw a couple dollars around because DraftKings Sportsbook is legal in the state of Colorado. So I'm not much of a gambling man. But if I was, I might throw a little cash money around this weekend. But we'll see. I'll definitely be tuning in though, because we talked about what our favorite part of spring is, and I know we mentioned golfing, but the Masters to me is, as a teacher, has always been the looking forward point, because it always meant that the school year was close to wrapping up. It also is kind of that point where our PE classes can start getting outside, and so I'm kind of looking forward to that as a moment that really tells you that spring's here. So I'll be tuning in for sure. Not as much as Mike. I'm not gonna be locked in all weekend, but if I'm just hanging out at the house, I'll definitely be tuning in for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pulling for Koepka. So that's
this weekend.
Yeah, it's this weekend, Thursday through Sunday.
Have you guys heard how Tiger's doing? He's recovering all right and everything.
They're pretty.
Hush.
They're pretty hush hush.
Yeah?
So
They're not.
it's obviously, it sounds like he's gonna be like able to live long. He's gonna be fine in that sense. But I would be. And we never even talked about this on the podcast yet. But obviously, for those, if you've been living under a rock, he flipped his car, got in a really bad car accident. I would be shocked if it. I mean, he was already getting towards the end of his career. I'll be shocked if he. I think he'll get back to competitive golf, and I hope he does. But I just don't see, with his age, being relevant again. I guess I don't know if you guys feel different about that.
I mean, hopefully that's wrong. Obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Obviously, we saw, what was that, 2 years ago when he won, or was that last year he won the? No, 2 years ago he won the Masters. Yeah, the game of golf is just way better when he's at the top. People that's not normally watching golf like to tune in when he's up there. But yeah, I agree with you. I just don't. I mean, it'd be crazy if he came back and was competitive again.
Yeah, I could see him doing celebrity tournaments, or something like that. But unfortunately, based on what you're hearing, I mean, you're not hearing a lot. I just actually saw on ESPN, I think it was Monday it was last week. It was Thursday or Friday, maybe. It was the end of last week. They finally, the police department said that they do have a cause for the wreck, but they're not releasing that to the public.
I saw that. Yeah.
So that to me kind of, I mean, that's a red flag. That means something went down. Whether he wasn't paying attention. Hopefully he wasn't under the influence, because if you guys remember, I think he checked himself in because he was driving while on that medication a while back, a couple years ago, and so hopefully that wasn't happening again, because he was recovering from back injury again. So who knows? But you want to hope that nothing bad was happening. But if they're not releasing the cause of it, that is a little red flag. But I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he gets back. I enjoy seeing him. I thought it was pretty sweet that very next tournament, a bunch of guys were wearing red polos on Sunday. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And like you said, Matt, even to be honest with you, even if he's not in the running on a Sunday, watching it just has a different vibe when he's playing. So I hope he gets back, but you just never know with his age and back injuries and now this leg injury. You just never know.
Yeah, no, it should be a good tournament. I'm looking forward to the Masters here. So, kind of moving along here. Next topic. Is this for sure a new Reesburg movie theater?
Yeah.
Where's that going?
So I saw a sign today, actually driving by, right across from the Voyager, the Viking Village parking lot there where the floral stuff used to be.
It's right by Jay's.
Yeah, right by. Okay, yeah, and so I'm having a trouble picturing it myself as well. That little area there, it doesn't seem big, but I mean, there's a sign there that says coming soon. Which kind of led to us to, everybody and kind of get some interaction with who's watching here. Kind of when you grew up, you guys remember like texting your buddies and like, yeah, we're gonna meet. Not even texting, like just calling their landline, like,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'll meet you down there at 6:00 or whatever, But what's your guys' favorite movie theater snack? Would you guys sneak stuff in? Would you pony up and spend the $6 at a candy bar or whatever ridiculous it was?
Yeah, whatever it is.
And for everybody listening too, what would you guys do?
Well, I'm just a straight classic popcorn guy.
Double butter,
extra butter. Now I know this. They have like crazy toppings you can add on there.
Yeah.
Keep it classic with the butter and splash of salt for me.
Yeah, I like what I actually like now.
And his cocoa, and while he's watching the big boomers.
Just a splash of butter.
Yeah. No, what I back when I'd go to the Star Cinema all the time, because I went a lot in middle school and in high school as well, because it was so much more convenient than driving to the Dells, especially for me being on that side of town. Now I know, like, Lennon's, you guys, Jay Green, you were kind of in the middle of town, but Lennon's, I know you guys were on the Dell side, so it was an easy drive for you. But I remember the first movie I ever went to at the Reedsburg Cinema was $5, and then with popcorn and a drink, the total was $15. And now you go to like the Desert Star, and the ticket alone is like $12.75.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But I'm with you guys. I'm a popcorn guy. I'm not a big candy person, so it was popcorn. And the one thing I like nowadays is that you can put, I don't know if you guys have seen this or been to the movies, because we haven't been able to for over a year, but a lot of places now let you put your own butter on it. And so you get to push the little red button, and you just let it. Oh,
that's fun in itself.
I just layer it up.
Speaking of movie theaters, actually one of the, I'm not going to say weirdest, but experiences I had was with you, Rosh, at that movie theater. We went in like Sun Prairie, where you could order like
a
whole meal.
Yep.
You could order like beers and stuff. I was like, what the heck is going on here?
Yep.
That was actually pretty cool.
Where's that at?
It's in Sun Prairie. It's right next to the Costco. They have a Costco in Sun Prairie, right off of, I forget whatever that interstate is, 39 or whatever that is that runs that way. On the east side, you just drive to Sun Prairie. They have a big, huge Costco, a big, huge shopping center, and then this ginormous theater, stadium seating, leather recliners, all this stuff. Yeah. And there's a little button like right on your armrest, and you hit it, and all of a sudden a waitress or a waiter comes up to you. And dude, there's a full menu. Like, you're talking drinks, desserts, appetizers, everything. You don't even have to get up, and they just bring it right to you. And so like, we would go, a half hour before our movie started so we can get some drinks and appetizers and just kind of hang out in those lounge chairs. It was wild, but it's genius. It's a great idea.
So you guys are saying you wouldn't like sneak some Milk Duds or Sour Patch Kids, and you go to the dollar store, they're $1 a box.
I was never one that snuck it in. I'm not a criminal, Jeremy. All right.
Yeah, I was.
Well, I did.
I've never. I don't think I've ever snuck candy into a movie theater.
Okay. All right. Oh, fair enough. All right.
Jay Green, I know lots of people that have. You're not alone. You're not alone. If I was a candy person, I probably would have too. But I don't know if you guys ever saw this. I never partook in it. Okay, so I want to make that clear. To the Star Cinema and the Reedsburg Police Department, I never took part in this. But if you guys remember that back door to Star Cinema,
oh yeah.
I remember people like propping that puppy open a little bit so people could sneak in that back door, and then they'd go right into the theaters.
Oh my God.
So they could catch free movies. Dude,
yeah, I'm not that
all
bad.
the time. I saw it all the time.
Oh man, that's funny.
But yeah, I miss the Star Cinema. It'll be fun to see the new theater. I don't know how many screens they're putting in. Have they said that yet?
I don't know either. I can't imagine.
What was the first movie you guys went to in a theater? And I don't even remember what mine was.
I couldn't even tell you.
The first one I remember, and I think it was at the Star Cinema, to be honest with you, but I could be wrong. The first movie that I recall was Titanic. Dude, and it was. I went with my family. I went with my mom, my brother, and my sister. dude. And I remember
It's like
this
4 hours long.
Yeah,
I know. And listen to this. This is the crazy part. We went like 2 weeks after it came out, and it was still every single seat in there was packed. And that was back when you couldn't order tickets on your phone, because phones didn't exist.
Yeah.
And so it was the old school. You had to show up an hour before your movie time, and you waited outside the Star Cinema in a big line. Because you remember how the lines used to be at
Yeah.
Star Cinema,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because there's just that one little ticket booth. That's all they got. And you just waited in line. And if there'd be times you got up to the front of the ticket thing and they'd say, oh, no more tickets left. And you're just like, waited in line for 2 hours. So now I can either wait in line for 4 more hours until the next showing, or I could just go home. And so I remember going like a week or two after it came out, and we were still in a huge line. It was still sold out. And that was the first movie I remember seeing. It was powerful, Jay Green. Come on now. But it was that's the first one I remember. But yeah, it was. I remember a lot of stories. A lot of people. I remember middle school. You were cool if you were in the back row with your girlfriend. I remember that. That was a big deal at the Star Cinema.
Yeah, never got there. Yeah.
Or go to the movies and then not say a word to any of the girls there, but you'd go to the movies and you wouldn't say, there's like 3 guys and 3 girls.
Yep.
You'd sit right next to them and not even say like a word to them, but you were at the movies with them.
This thought so cool.
And you probably asked them to the movies through a note that you passed to like you probably passed it to like 2 different friends before it actually got to the person who was supposed to go to.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Matt, Jeremy, do you guys remember your first movie you guys went to at all? I don't remember mine.
I don't either.
I don't know. Let's just say Toy Story. That sounds like a nice one to go to. So.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. We're going to lead this over to Matt. We have some Badger updates.
Yeah, the Badger updates slowly but surely shrinking here. Right before we actually got on, Barry Alvarez is going to make his retirement official tomorrow in a press conference. I think I mentioned that last week. Like, people think around July he'll probably for sure be done. Just a quick couple notes here. Wisconsin hockey, Cole Caulfield, he was named to the final 3 for the Hobie Baker. He's overwhelmingly the favorite to win it.
Who else did, Matt? Do you know?
The Minnesota State goalie.
Shane Pinto from North Dakota is on there too.
North Dakota, yep.
Okay.
It's those
He's
3.
good.
Okay, just curious.
And that's Friday at 5:00. I believe on NHL Network. If anyone wants to tune into that, Wisconsin volleyball. They beat number 24 Michigan 3-0. That was on Thursday, and that secured them the Big Ten regular season title. And then they beat them 3-0 Friday as well. They received the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament, which is surprising but not surprising on how many games they only went through total. They play the winner of Bowling Green and Weber State on Thursday, April 15 at 6 p.m. So a couple conference regular season champions for the Wisconsin. Obviously volleyball, women's hockey, men's hockey. So hopefully women's volleyball can take it all the way. And
was it Pelton Bice for Badgers hockey?
Yeah.
He signed with Manitoba Moose in the 8. It's like Winnipeg's affiliate.
Yep.
Did he graduate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he was one of the seniors. So,
well, what's interesting to me about that, and you guys can chime in here too, is like, how would you feel playing your whole season, playing all the games you were meant to, and then a team who plays maybe half those games gets put the top overall seed over you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really totally know how the NCAA volleyball tournament works. I got to imagine a lot of that's based on eye test, I would think. I mean, they've lost 2 sets, I think, maybe all year.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, they beat the number 3 overall seed, Minnesota, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know. I see what you're saying, but yeah, it's hard to say.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it should be. So when does that start up again, or when is their first game?
First game is Thursday, April 15th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So next Thursday.
Okay. Yeah. No. Hopefully they can take care of business for sure. kind of moving along here to our last couple of topics that we have for this week's episode. A little Packers. I think it aired. Was it tonight?
First one's tonight. Yep.
First one's tonight. Aaron Rodgers, the host of Jeopardy, and he was actually. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. He was actually on the Pat McAfee show again today, but I think one of the questions was like, would you host Jeopardy forever? Or he says it was something like that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, for sure, I would do that." So
yeah,
he's the guest.
I think it's for 2 weeks. He's doing it too. But of course, there's more controversy with Rodgers because people like clickbait. Well, I can't say that term. That's a Mike Lennon copyrighted term. He loves talking about that clickbait. But ESPN had a clickbait article taking Rodgers' words out of context about his future in Green Bay, and he because he said stuff like the future's out of my control and stuff, just referring to the fact that it is a business. He can't decide for the Packers to offer him a contract. Like that. He can't decide if he gets traded. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's just saying that, but people are just taking it and running with it. But I know that came out in the Pat McAfee show. He kind of explained that a little bit more, and so now people are trying to manipulate his words and all that stuff. But did you guys see a picture of Rodgers hosting?
Yeah.
Dude, he's got the slicked over hair. Yeah. He's looking all proud. It's gonna be awesome. But
and one of the answers was like, it was something about the field goal.
Yeah, you guys see that Jeopardy. Yeah, the guy, his answer, because he didn't know the answer, was whose decision was it to kick the field goal or something like that, and he just
was it your decision or did you support the decision?
Something like that, and he was just like speechless, and then he was just I don't remember what he said, but it was funny.
Yeah. Some other big news. And I think it starts next year. So NFL's got 17 games now.
Yeah,
that starts already next year. So it's only three preseason games, 17 regular season games. The Packers added game is I can't remember if this is official or not, but they're playing the Chiefs in London.
Yeah, it's I don't know if
they haven't decided on London.
I don't know
yet.
if it's in London, but it's just
a
great addition game for sure. They're just the perfect one. So
the new contract or the new bargaining thing said that in the next 8 years, every single team will have to play overseas.
And the Packers haven't yet, have they?
Yeah,
as in one of your home games or just a game?
I don't think they specified. I know Mark Murphy came out and said that he is strongly against obviously taking away a Green Bay home game, but I think we talked about in the past, every visiting team doesn't want to take away a home Packers game because of how well Green Bay travels. So it's kind of like something's got to give,
Yeah, no, it should be. And I obviously I get where the play, because obviously there's a lot of grief from the players and stuff too, which I get kind of where they're coming from, because they've been, I think Alvin Kamara had some stuff that came out, and a bunch of people are obviously going to Twitter about it, and which I totally understand. But I'm as a fan, I'm excited that there's another game, and I'm excited that there's another. Are they keeping the same playoff schedule too? It's the same playoff format? Do you guys know? As this year?
I'm pretty sure it's the same.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so.
Because there was an extra playoff game this year too, which as an NFL fan, you love that. You love as much football as you possibly can get. So,
that I'm going to take that with a grain of salt, because I do enjoy another week of the NFL. However, by extending the regular season one more week, it's also going to bring me one more week of fantasy misery. And as you guys know, I'm not the funnest fantasy player to be with, and so I'm going to try to do better this year. But it's going to be. Hey,
I'm going to be honest. You're awful.
It's terrible.
You are. You get so moody during fantasy football, it's not even funny. How many times do we get the classic response?
It's over. It's over.
No, it's K.
Oh, I've gotten the it's over many times.
I get that once every 3 days, trying to send me some sort of a trade. It's just and I say no, and you're like, K with the period.
It's
Really?
too hard. It's too hard to type the O, man. The K is just.
Look, I've had my brother message me thinking that you were truly upset with him
No.
over something like this.
Give me a break. Moody, yes. Upset with people for not accepting trades. Not true at all.
Well, your fantasy football Chris is not. I don't know. He's just a different guy.
I like to think that I'm the greatest GM in America, so I need to prove it in fantasy football.
Yeah, it's something a little fun on the side. For sure.
But
all right. Real quick, we forgot to mention it before, so I want to say it before I forget. But we do want to give, you know how we've been shouting out the splash pad and things like that. On Saturday, RWD hockey, the high school hockey team, is doing a little fundraiser Saturday at lunchtime. Actually, not lunchtime. It says 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Viking Village Foods.
Ooh, the morning brats.
Yep, you can do hot dogs. It says hot dogs or brat lunch, and you can RSVP. But it's going to be Saturday, April 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's a nice little fundraiser for RWD. So
cool.
I know we've done it before, like Matt, Jay Green. I think Mike, even you might have done it. We've done the broad stand for Pirates before.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's always.
Are you going to be there slinging some brats over there, Jeremy, or what?
I think I'll probably stop by, but I got some coaching.
They got to put you to work over there. Start mixing them up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. You might find some stuff in your bratwurst or something. But let's also.
Yeah, we don't want you over there then. Never mind.
Make sure you vote tomorrow if you're in the Reedsburg area. I know that the school board election is tomorrow, and so if you haven't already, make sure you do that. Should we do some of these questions here, guys? It looks like we got a couple people. Mr. Young says hi.
And then she wanted to know if I pulled any muscles. Anita, you can tell Jason that I was taught how to punt and kick at a very young age from a pretty talented individual. So he taught me to properly warm up. So you could tell Jason that I did not pull any muscles, and I actually wasn't even sore to be honest with you, which was pretty sweet too.
And Mike Kirschka's wondering what you did this weekend, Matt.
Yeah, he was one of the guys on the boat with me.
He was? Okay.
There,
okay.
The Coors Lights and the seltzers were definitely flowing that day. So, yeah, it was nice to get out there, though.
Joe Uminski is asking his son, Caden's wondering what my favorite leftover food is. To be honest, I think we talked about this at one point, right? I don't really eat leftover food. Maybe my grandpa's spaghetti or something like that. I don't know. And then we got the Repkas talking trash to each other there. Richie Strutz says Jason Day for Masters. What do you guys think about Jason Day?
That's a good
really
pick.
Good pick. That's a hit.
No.
Jay Green, put that one on your list for DraftKings.
No, real quick on Jason Day. Mike, you would know this. Does he have some sort of health ailment where he gets like really fatigued or something?
Yeah, he had like vertigo, didn't he?
Yeah. I remember something that and I know this sounds horrible, but some people were not picking him for fantasy lineups on Sundays because he always fatigues by Sunday and he's not as good as he is when he starts rounds. And they said it was something health related. So I just sorry for the side note, but
yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Eric Van Cleve, welcome in, UW Green Bay Phoenix alumni. It'd be nice to have you on sometime, talk about your experience for sure. Tia, I love Tia's comments. She snuck her significant other snuck beer in her purse. Kevin, good guy.
That's a good
Mike
one.
Eberly, thanks for stopping by. Nicole Ashlock, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Anything else you guys wanted to leave on, or
who you guys got tonight?
Who do I got tonight? Well, that's a good question.
Baylor Gonzaga.
I'm going Gonzaga.
I'm honestly probably not even going to watch, but I got Baylor because that's who I picked.
I'm going to go Baylor as well, just based on the last round. I thought Baylor looked a lot better than Gonzaga, but talent-wise, I think Gonzaga's got what it takes to win it. Little side note though, Matt, before I get your selection, I actually, believe it or not, watched the women's basketball national championship.
It was a good game. It was a good game, wasn't it?
And it was a very good game, and it was very fun to watch. But first of all, man, are those ladies athletic? But second of all, Stanford, I had to look up their roster because they had a couple young ladies that were very, very tall. So I had to look
very
it up.
tall.
They had
on Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford has a 6'4" freshman, so she's 18 years old. Yeah. They have a 6'5" sophomore, and then they have another 6'4" girl. One of the ladies that doesn't even play is actually from Regis, which is a school out here in Colorado, and she was dunking in high school games at 6'1", and so it was just wild. But it was a very good game. It was intense down the stretch there. Arizona had a chance to win it at the end, and it hit off the rim. But just a little side note to that game, I actually watched. It's the first girls basketball game I think I've ever watched from start to finish at the collegiate level. Anyways, high school I saw a bunch of games, but it was good. It was a very good game.
Good game. So,
and the last topic, and we can maybe end with this as well. But I found this really interesting because I was listening to K-Fan, it's a sports radio station in the Twin Cities area. I was, just listening on one of my trips back up to Ashland this weekend, and I found it, and I had to really think about it. There are more. They talk because they were really talking about UConn has this Sarah Becker girl. She's from the Twin Cities.
Yeah,
she went to like Hopkins High School, I think it was, or something like that. But they were talking about how on the men's side, there's not really any like big name faces like in right now, because honestly, like these kids all go like they're at Duke for 1 year, or they're these really good players are at one place for 1 year and then they're gone. Whereas some of these women now, like, and I feel like on the women's side, they're really starting to pick up like like I think it was like UConn's got a couple of girls, and then obviously Arizona, like, and they've had like just over the past like couple of weeks, they've had like all these more added millions of followers on their social pages. But I thought it was a really, because I never really thought about that, was the women's side really starts to think, like, I feel like this too, like it's really started to pick up momentum, like more people are getting watching the the women's side. What's up, Cash? And rather than the men's side, just because like usually like if a good player is at North Carolina, he's there for 1 year and then he's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think also with that, like, you don't have the Duke and Kentucky's in it, so you're not hearing about these big name guys. So compared to like Gonzaga, you got all the, it's like a team oriented team.
Yeah.
So I think also, guys, real quick before we end, we should probably thank our guest last week, right? Mark had a heck of a season. Had a great interview with him. Had a good conversation with him. So Mark, hopefully you'll be able to come on again. And like I said, hopefully we can.
He's coming golfing with us.
Get in around to golf with us.
Yeah, he's coming for sure.
That would be a battle between him and Jeremy.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe like Matt, me and Rosh shouldn't even golf. Like we'll just follow in carts and just be a duel between him and Mark. Like just to see who will win.
But thanks for coming on, Mark. Thanks everybody.
Thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in. As always, give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, thanks again for everybody that tuned in. We're on Facebook. We're also on. We got a YouTube channel that we're also live right now. So we're we're out there. So any way that you guys if you guys have any topics in the future as well that you want us to hit up, obviously like we're usually big Packers people, but we usually keep it sports, but a lot of times we kind of veer off and kind of do our own stuff. So we appreciate it. We're also on Apple and Spotify. Until next time, we'll thanks for tuning in.
Have a nice week, guys.
Thanks everybody.
See you guys.